Hey, wealthy business community, welcome back and buckle up because today's topic is powerful. Let me ask you something. What does it take to be a CEO in 2025? Forget the boardroom stereotypes. Forget the suit behind a mahogany desk. Today's CEOs are fighting on all fronts. Wars they never trained for in business school, battles no textbook ever covered. They're being hit by global conflicts, supply chain disasters, regulatory shockwaves, generational workforce shifts, and the biggest technological tsunami in human history, artificial intelligence. And the rules of the game are changing by the hour. In today's video, we're going to explore exactly what this new breed of leader looks like. I'll walk you through some eye-opening case studies, from McLaren to Nissan to UniCredit, and then break down what it means for you, whether you want to lead a business, grow your own startup, or just build a bulletproof mindset. Let's go deep. Zak Brown, building a team that thrives on losing. First, let's head to the high-speed, high-stakes world of Formula One, McLaren Racing, where CEO Zak Brown is redefining leadership under pressure. Brown sat down with CNBC recently, and what he said was fascinating. He admitted straight up, "I hate to lose." But then he flipped the script. He said there are two types of successful people. Those motivated by the thrill of winning. Those motivated by the terror of losing. And Brown is the second type. He told his team something that should be framed in gold for any entrepreneur. You lose a lot more than you win, so you have to get good at losing and use that as fuel. Brown explained that he tries to build a culture where failure doesn't paralyze you. Instead, you treat it as feedback. You pick up, you fix what went wrong, you get back on track, and you keep chasing those small daily improvements. He calls it incremental gains. Think about that. Most people only celebrate the big victories, but Brown teaches his people to celebrate every fraction of progress, every tenth of a second gained. That mindset is priceless, because in today's economy, big wins are rare and setbacks are guaranteed. You must learn to adapt, recover, and move. That's why Brown says he wants everyone at McLaren to feel urgency, to move a little faster every single day. Now let's move from the racetrack to the factory floor. Ivan Espinosa, Nissan's new CEO, jumped into the hot seat this year at a moment of total chaos. Nissan had been slammed by years of underperformance, scandals, and supply chain headaches. Within weeks of taking over, Espinosa ripped the bandage off. Plant closures, layoffs, a giant restructuring plan. Brutal, but necessary. And he shared a mindset that absolutely struck me. "You must stay optimistic," he told CNBC. Why? Because if you get overwhelmed, you freeze. And freezing is the worst mistake in crisis. When leaders get stuck, organizations get stuck. Customers flee, competitors pounce, innovation dies. So Espinosa said he fights every day to keep his team moving even if the moves aren't perfect. Another thing he emphasized: alignment. In a complex world, you cannot have a leadership team with mixed goals, conflicting priorities, hidden agendas. You must align. Same mission, same objectives, same urgency. In the old days, CEOs could afford to be stubborn, to say, "I'm the boss, I know best." Today, that attitude is a death sentence. Flexibility is the superpower. Next up, let's look at banking, where leadership is colliding head-on with politics. Andrea Orcel, the powerhouse CEO of UniCredit, gave a brutally honest interview about how politics can sink even the best-laid plans. He explained that today, even if your company has the perfect growth strategy, you can still fail if it clashes with government policy. That's the new reality. Orcel has been trying to expand UniCredit's European footprint, looking at possible mergers with Commerzbank in Germany or Banco BPM in Italy. But regulators, politicians, and nationalist agendas blocked him. He told CNBC, "There is a new factor now that every CEO must consider: government intervention." That's not a small thing. That is a fundamental rewiring of capitalism. You can be the smartest strategist in the world, but if a politician decides it's not in their national interest, you're out. So CEOs must become part diplomat, part negotiator, as well as visionary. And then there's the biggest earthquake in leadership right now: artificial intelligence. Ravan Jesuthasan, one of the top global voices on the future of work, told CNBC this week that boards are demanding CEOs to move faster on AI. No excuses. He said, "Every CEO will be held accountable for how quickly she gets AI implemented across the organization. It's no longer about a pilot project or a nice-to-have. Boards want to see real results." Jesuthasan also shared a wild quote from a CFO. We grew 3x over 5 years. In the next 5, I'll need 50% less fixed capital and 50% fewer people to deliver the same growth. That's the math of AI. It's rewriting the entire economics of running a company. That means CEOs must transform fast. They have to build teams that can pivot, that can learn new skills on the fly, that can integrate data and machine learning everywhere. As McLaren's Brown put it, what was good enough yesterday won't be good enough tomorrow. You might think I'm exaggerating, but just look at the numbers. In 2024, 2,221 CEOs stepped down, a record. And in the first 2 months of 2025, that figure was up another 11%. Why? Because the pressure is relentless. If you can't adapt, you're out, period. This is a scoreboard that tells you everything you need to know. Resilience beats perfection. So let's piece this together, wealthy business family. The CEO of the future needs to think like a startup founder, constantly iterating. They must negotiate like a diplomat, dealing with politics and regulators. They have to move like a sports coach, keeping morale high and fear low. They must learn technology like a chief engineer and be fluent in AI. That is a monumental shift. CEOs can no longer coast on financial skills alone. They need empathy. They need curiosity. They need the guts to challenge their own assumptions every single day. That is the CEO revolution. And if you're trying to build any kind of leadership skill, even just running your own household, managing a small team, or growing a side hustle, these lessons apply to you. Resilience, adaptability, alignment, courage, those are universal. So what about you? Do you think CEOs are being pushed too hard in this new environment? Is it fair that boards demand AI speed, but governments keep putting up roadblocks? Could you thrive as a leader with that much pressure? Drop your answers in the comments. I want this to be a community conversation. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss these deep conversations that move your money and your mind. Because remember, here on Wealthy Business, knowledge is the ultimate asset. Until next time, stay resilient, stay smart, and stay wealthy.